So you might have heard it in the news, and yes, it is true. Everton have been deducted 10 points by the Premier League and is now in the relegation zone after, of course, we now know that they have breached FFP rules according to the Premier League and now have been deducted 10 points. But the true question is, where does this leave Chelsea and where does it leave Manchester City? Of course, 115 breaches and still yet no punishment for the current champions of the Premier League. And we're going to have a little bit of talk about it, of course. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. And yeah, let's have a quick talk about it. You can see on screen right now, of course, as from David Ornstein himself reporting earlier on this afternoon, saying that Everton handed 10-point penalty after independent commission hearing on alleged breaches of the Premier League profits rules. Punishment applies immediately. So obviously Everton drop into the relegation zone for now, expected to appeal, of course, that, punishment. And we will hear, of course, obviously Everton's approach from it. Of course, they did themselves say that they were disappointed by the findings and were disappointed by the punishment as well. And of course, they will be appealing that as well. But I think it leaves a bigger question overall in the Premier League side of things. Of course, like we spoke, and what we're probably going to mention about Chelsea and Manchester City. Firstly, on the Chelsea situation, of course, is a bit different in that scenario where, of course, we've got the now allegations and, of course, the I think the current investigation going on. While of course Chelsea were under Roman Abramovich, and of course offshore accounts and payments and so on. And of course, that's a different kettle of fish to begin with. But more so towards Manchester City, which, of course, a lot of Everton supporters today, and a lot of Premier League supporters as well, have gone, well, Manchester City have had 115 breaches. That was charged many, many years ago, but yet there's still no punishment for Manchester City. Unlike Everton, of course, Everton have been working with the Premier League, I think, for many, many years. I think 3 or 4 years they have been working with the Premier League. And, of course, with one case by itself or one, period by itself, of course, it's a lot easier to rule on that. And now we know the rules of that, of course, being a 10-point deduction. Of course, the Premier League wanted a 12-point deduction, but of course, it isn't determined alone by the Premier League. It is an independent commission that does, set these rules. And I think with Manchester City, of course, it's a long period of time that, of course, they're still fighting over and so on. But I think somebody on Twitter did the maths about it, that City would lose, I think, around 1,500 points, 1,500 points throughout, from 2009 until now, which would leave them on, I think, 55 points in that entirety, which, if that was the case, of course, it would be many relegation season upon season. And I think that's the real question, of course, of, if all those charges do get, found out to be guilty, what does happen with Manchester City? Where do they end up? And of course, I believe personally that they should be out of the Football League. They should be out, at the lowest tier possible. Of course, and everyone does say, innocent until proven guilty. But 115 charges, that's a mad amount of charges. And surely, there's a few of them that are definitely in the bank. But of course, we know Manchester City, with other organizations, of course, like UEFA, got punished by them. But of course, they didn't backtrack their dialogue. Of course, they did say that they could only punish, I think, within 2 years of what, Manchester City did in that aspect of things. And again, people say, oh, Manchester City are innocent. They didn't get the European ban that time, but still, they were charged. They were fined massively. Again, they were charged for that ordeal as well. But just going back onto Everton, I think, look, me being a Liverpool supporter, I have plenty of Everton friends. I feel sorry for those. And, now Everton in the relegation zone after, what they've done so far this season has been very, very decent start for Everton in the Premier League this season. But again, do I think Everton will go down from this? No, I do not. I do think Everton will survive. I'll miss the Merseyside derbies if they was to go down. But look, for me, I think, Everton will be okay. I know they've been working with the Premier League with this, and of course, I think many are disappointed as well, because I don't think many Everton supporters thought they would get punished, because they have been working so well with the Premier League in that regard. But look, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. It'll be an interesting couple of weeks, I think, because again, I think there's rumours circulating that again Manchester City situation is getting pushed a lot more forward, and just the Everton stuff in itself. For me, I think it's harsh. Of course, the Premier League wanted 12 points. It is 10 points that they have been deducted, which again, let me know your guys' thoughts on that. But yeah, interesting. I think obviously with the Chelsea stuff as well, that's a different side of things. Again, obviously with FFP, but still, I think that's a whole different kettle of fish compared to the Everton and the Manchester City situation as well. So let me know your guys' thoughts anyway in the comments down below. If you have enjoyed the video, let me know in the comment section down below. Of course, a little bit of a different video speaking about it, and yeah, it's definitely one that I think that will be a major talking point for a while. Of course, while Manchester City still haven't got their ban yet, or of course any news on punishment for the 115 charges, but still we'll have to wait and see anyway. But guys, hopefully you have a fantastic rest of your day. I've been Connor from the COP Council. I'll see you guys later on. Ta-ra.